Hi, this is Shannon with Minute Marketing, and today I'm going to take you through my 5-step process for generating leads off of Facebook groups. Step 1 is super easy. It's to find and identify some groups that you want to join on Facebook. Now, there are a lot of groups on Facebook, and there are definitely a lot of groups that aren't going to be as good for lead gen as others. I find that groups that are too large have too much noise in them and too many people in there already trying to sell. It's better if you can join a somewhat smaller group or a group where you can be the only service provider or just about the only service provider of your kind in the group. I've had a lot of success in particular with joining groups that are based around a particular software that I know how to use that tie into a service that I offer. Okay, so now that you've joined the groups, the next step is to spend time participating and getting to know the other people in the group. You definitely don't want to join and have your first post be a sales pitch because that's the fastest way to get yourself kicked out of the group. Not to mention, you definitely need to build up some karma points by getting people to know, like, and trust you. And one of the ways you do that is to give value first, is to connect with others, to find out what they're struggling with, to use your expertise to help them with no expectation of anything in return. When you do that and when you participate consistently, when an opportunity does arise, and we'll talk about opportunities more in step 3, when one of those opportunities comes up, you're just going to be more successful overall. Okay, so now that you've joined the group and you spent some time participating and talking to other people, now the third step is to keep your eyes open for opportunity. If you spend a lot of time in the group, chances are you're going to get a lot of notifications of different people posting. And if you're in a lot of groups, that means you could be getting a lot of notifications during the day. So it can become a lot to sift through. But I definitely recommend taking some time to at least once or twice a day, just scroll through, look at what the new posts are. This is why I recommend in particular not going for too large of a group where you're going to have maybe hundreds of posts to sift through. You really don't want to have that many. Really looking for groups that are active but not overwhelming. This is especially helpful because when an opportunity does come up, when you go ahead and post on that opportunity, it's just going to give you more of a chance to be seen by other people. And this tip in particular is what has really helped me with this 5-step strategy that I'm teaching to you now. So what you want to do is pay attention to opportunity, look out for anyone who's asking for a service that you offer, that needs advice or help, and you can see a way for you to help them. Now, I definitely recommend waiting for opportunity rather than creating an opportunity. I think we've all seen people in groups that post and are just like, hey, like, if you want to get my 5 tips for a high converting Facebook ad, drop me your email below. That, in my opinion, is super spammy and is really going to turn a lot of people off. It's definitely not what you want to do, and especially not what you want to do if you actually want to get quality leads that are likely to actually convert and buy from you. Okay, so now that you've joined a group, you spent some time participating, and you finally spotted an opportunity to sell, what you don't want to do is attack the person with why you're so great. What you want to do is approach them with your unique selling proposition. Remember, this is a public group, so there likely will be other people that are chiming in on the same thread, trying to present themselves as the best possible candidate and get the contacts information so they can follow up with them later and hopefully sell outside of the group. So what you want to do is really talk about what makes you unique and special and why you're uniquely qualified to solve the problem for them. This is a lot of the reason why I really advocate for going after a smaller group, or especially something that's pretty niche down around a specific product, especially if you have particular experience that not only can you solve the problem for them, but you have X, Y, and Z industry experience, or hands-on knowledge of what they're going through. For me, because I spent so much time doing real estate marketing, I have a really easy time talking to realtors, not only because I know how to solve whatever it is they need help with, but also because my background gives me that extra insight into what it's like to be a realtor, what their specific needs are, the language that needs to be used, how to talk to customers. All of that is really what goes into my unique selling proposition and what helps me get more leads off of a particular post in a group. Okay, so just to recap, the steps we've covered so far are to find a Facebook group, join it, participate, engage in conversation, give value first, look for opportunities, and then when opportunity arises, to sell with your unique selling proposition. Now, as a final step of this process, I wanted to remind you guys that what is super crucial to making this whole thing work is to make sure you read the rules of that specific Facebook group. Can't stress this enough. Each of the admins has rules for how they want their group to run. You'll often find those in the About section, pinned to the top of the page. If you don't know, just ask. The admins are more than happy to tell you what their specific rules are, because anyone that runs a group wants the group to be successful and not just dissolve into a cacophony of people that are trying to sell and being spammy and sharing links to all these weird products and just really taking away from the purpose of the group. So that's what the rules are there for. So if you want to be successful with this, you need to make sure that you are following the rules, that you're sticking to them, and that whatever you're doing to sell and lead generate within the group are actually following the rules. So one of the things you often see is that you're not supposed to share external links unless asked for. You're not supposed to DM other members unless requested. Different things like that, they're all different. I always try and be mindful of what the group rules are. Sometimes I mess up, but I try and approach it from, a place of giving. And sometimes, the group might have a rule that's like, oh, you shouldn't DM, let the person DM you first. What I found is if someone's commented on my thread and says they want more information, what I'll do in that case is I will DM them, but I will leave a public comment and say, hey, I DM'd you, it sounded like you want more information, hope that was okay. Usually I've found that that works out pretty well. Usually doesn't upset the admins too much, but every group is different. So, as a bonus tip, you definitely want to be trying this in more than one group. You definitely don't want to just put all your eggs into one basket because, again, it's not your group in particular. You're just taking advantage of the community that's built to find and connect with additional people that might need your services. Thanks for watching this video on how to generate leads off of Facebook groups. If you like this video, make sure you leave me a comment below, share it with your friends, and if you would like to hear more from me, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I put out new videos every week.